Hello everyone. As we have already solved the polynomials which are having a degree of 2 or the power of 2, today we are talking about the polynomial where the degree or the power is 3, like x cube minus 2x square minus x plus 2, x cube plus 13x square plus 32x plus 20, and so on. When we are talking about the polynomials with a power or degree of 3, then how to factorize these polynomials is a very important aspect. Here, because there are 4 terms, and we already know if there are 4 terms, then in the first 2 terms there is something common, and in the last 2 terms also there is something common. Here, x square we can take common. In the first 2 terms, it becomes x minus 2. Then we will take minus 1 as common, it becomes x minus 2. Because x minus 2 is common in both the terms, so x minus 2 will come out to be common and it becomes x square minus 1. And further, x square 1 can be written as 2 factors, as the identity says that x square minus 1 is x minus 1 into x plus 1. So the total factorization of this polynomial is x minus 2 into x minus 1 into x plus 1. Or we can say the value of x in this polynomial is 2 plus 1 and minus 1. When I am seeing the value of this polynomial, then we have to take every term of this polynomial as equal to 0. So when x minus 2 is equals to 0, that means x is equals to 2. When x minus 1 is equals to 0, that means x is equals to 1. Now, this is one way of solving the polynomial with degree 3. But if in case we get a polynomial like this, where there is nothing common in the first 2 terms and there is nothing common in the last 2 terms, so that the remaining factor becomes same. Solving this question is a bit tedious task. In this, what we have to do is, first of all, we have to see the factors of the constant term. Here, the term is 20. The factors are plus 1, minus 1, plus 2, minus 2, plus 4, minus 4, plus 5, minus 5, then plus 10, minus 10, and plus 20 and minus 20. All these can be considered as the factor of 20. Now when I am saying that all these are the factors, that means that if in case we put any one of the values out of these factors, then this term comes out to be 0. Or as we can see in the above example, suppose I put the value of x as 2. Putting the value of x as 2 in this polynomial, then this will come out to be 0. That means if in case the value of x is 2, means that is the factor of this particular polynomial. So x minus 2, that is why is one of the factors. Suppose that here we have to see that by putting which value of x, this polynomial comes out to be 0. Suppose I put plus 1. As we know that all the terms are positive, it cannot come as 0. Suppose I take the value as minus 1, then it will be minus 1. This is plus 13 because the square of minus 1 is plus 1. Then it is minus 32 and this is plus 20. If we solve this numerically, it comes out to be equal to 0. This means that x is equals to minus 1 is one of the solution of this equation. And if x is equal to minus 1 is the solution, that actually means that x plus 1 is one of the factors of this polynomial. When I am saying x plus 1 is one of the factors, now we can divide the whole equation by x plus 1. So when I am dividing the whole equation by x plus 1, x square multiplied by x gives us x cube, and this is plus x square. Subtracting the 2, this can be cancelled out. Here it is 12x square plus 32x. Now if I am writing plus 12x, now 12x multiplied by x is 12x square. and 12x multiplied by 1 is 12x. Again, these can be cancelled out. It is 20x, and this 20 we can take here. Now when we are adding multiplied by 20, it becomes 20x plus 20. So the remainder comes out to be 0. Or I am saying that solving this polynomial x plus 1 is one of the factors, and the another factor is x square plus 12x plus 20. Now, as we know that this is x square plus 12x plus 20, this is the polynomial with degree 2. And when we have 3 terms in a polynomial with degree 2, we have to split the middle term. 12 can be split into 2 terms, 10 and 2, where the sum is 12 and the multiplication is 20. So we can write x plus 1, and this can be written as x square plus 10x plus 2x plus 20. When we take x common in the first 2 terms, it becomes x plus 10. I take plus 2 as a common in the last 2 terms, it becomes x plus 10. So the total value becomes x plus 1, multiply by x plus 10 as the common factor, and then there is another factor, x plus 2. So this is the total factorization of this particular cubic polynomial, because the degree is 3, that is why I am saying it is a cubic polynomial. Now we'll look at another question, x cube minus 3x square minus 9x minus 5. Here as the constant term is minus 5, so we are looking at the factors of minus 5, which is plus 1, minus 1, plus 5 and minus 5. Out of these 4 factors, we have to see that for which value of x, this comes out to be 0. If I put the value of x as plus 1, this will not come out to be 0. When I put the value of x as minus 1, it is minus 1, minus 3, plus 9 and minus 5, which comes out to be 0. That means x is equals to minus 1 is one of the solution of this polynomial, or x plus 1 equals to 0 is one of the factors of this polynomial. When I take a factor as x plus 1 way of dividing it and solve the another factor and then to factorize it. There is one more method where x plus 1 we are writing 3 times. The factor which we have already come with, we are writing it 3 times. Now we have to look at this, that how we can solve it so that it comes out to be the polynomial. So we have to multiply x by x square so that it will come out to be x cube. So this is x cube, and the remaining is plus x square. When I multiply x square plus with plus 1, it becomes plus x square. But overall we need minus 3x square. That means if I multiply x with minus 4x, it comes out to be minus 4x square. Already we have 1 plus x square, that means it is minus 3x square. So when we multiply minus 4x with plus 1, it becomes minus 4x, and we need minus 9x. That means multiply minus 5 again, and it becomes minus 5 into x minus 5x, which is minus 9x actually, minus 5. So we can put it like x plus 1 is the common out of all the 3 terms, and the remaining is x square minus 4x minus 5. As we already know that we have solved this, and this is another factor, so we can solve the remaining portion of this factor as x square minus 5x plus x minus 5. We take x common, it becomes x minus 5. Then again plus 1 common, it is x minus 5. So the remaining, the overall factorization comes out to be x plus 1 as one of the factors, which is already there. Then the remaining is converted into 2 factors. One is x plus 1 and another factor is x minus 5. So this is the complete, all the 3 factors which are there in this particular polynomial. Now the question arises that if we are able to find out the factor directly, or if we put the value of x directly into this equation and it comes out to be 0, this is known as the factor theorem. Factor theorem means if we put the value of x and the whole expression after putting the value of x comes out to be 0, that means this is one of the factors of this polynomial. Now the question is, this is one of the polynomial, cubic polynomial, and we have to find out, is x plus 2 a factor or not? We have to see that x plus 2 is a factor, means x plus 2 comes out to be 0, or the value of x is minus 2. Definitely minus 2 is one of the factor of plus 6. So this can be one of the factors. Now if we want to make it confirm whether x plus 2 is a factor or not, we put the value of x as minus 2 in this polynomial. So minus 2 whole cube, then this is 3 into minus 2 whole square plus 5 into minus 2 and plus 6. So it is minus 8 plus 12 minus 10 plus 6, and we know this comes out to be 0. That means that this is one of the factors of this polynomial, cubic polynomial. So we have to look at the factor first, then divide it and solve the another factor, then we again factorize the quadratic or the polynomial with degree 2. Besides the factor theorem, there is one more which is known as remainder theorem. So, as we know, if in case we put the value of x and it comes out to be 0, then it is a factor. But instead of 0, if it comes out to be anything else, then that is the remainder of that particular polynomial. Suppose this is the question, x cube minus 3x square minus 9x plus 5. And I am dividing this by x minus 2. That means if we put the value of x as 2 in this polynomial, it comes out to be 2 cube, this is x cube, minus 3 into 2 square, minus 3x square, minus 9 into 2, 9x and then minus 5. When we solve it, it comes out to be 8, minus 12, minus 18, minus 5. Now, if we solve this whole, it comes out to be minus 27. That means if I divide this polynomial by x minus 2, then the remainder will come out to be as minus 27. This is known as the remainder theorem in the polynomial. So these are the two theorems on the basis of which we can directly find out the factor or the remainder. Plus, we will be able to solve, factorize the cubic polynomial in the in the portion of equations. Thank you.